Today, let's talk about the 5 criteria I think you should go through to determine whether or not you can use a quote in a planner. Now, this could apply to quotes on planners, t-shirts, mugs, merchandise, basically anything that you are trying to profit off of, because now it's become a commercial use of that quote. And this is probably one of the most popular questions I get during Voxer Day. And if you don't know what Voxer Day is, that's one-on-one access to me that you get during Planner Pixies, which if you're not a member, why not? It has unlimited downloads plus Voxer access. So this has been a question that at least one person has asked every month. So I thought it would make more sense for me just to share it here with everyone, because you might be wondering that as well. Hi everyone, I'm Lisa from Pretty Fabulous, and I help online businesses create beautiful digital downloads using Adobe InDesign. So if this sounds like you or something you might be interested in, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. I post new videos every Tuesday. All right, so 5 criteria on whether or not you can use a quote. The first one is copyright. If it's copyrighted, you can't use it. And how would you know if it's copyrighted? Basically, as soon as something is published or produced, it has a copyright. So whether that's a book, a TV show, a movie, a song, a commencement speech, those are like full of golden nuggets of amazing quotes that I'm sure would look fabulous in a planner or on a t-shirt. So all of those are copyrighted as soon as they have been published and the date that it goes out. Now, there are 3 exceptions to copyright. The first one is national anthems. I know who, I guess I can't even think of the words to a national anthem. I think I remember singing those like in 1st grade or 2nd grade. They made us sing those every day, but the lyrics inside of there are not copyrighted. The second exception is government officials, while they're in public office, anything they say while actively employed by the government are public domain. You can use them and profit from them. The third exception is if the author has passed away, at least it's been 70 years, right? So, or I think it can be extended up to 95 years if it's a corporate authorship, like The Great Gatsby is now public domain, but we had to wait 95 years for that. Some of the other ones, I believe, are 70 years, Ernest Hemingway, Agatha Christie. So that would be those are the 3 exceptions to the copyright rule. The second criteria to think about is trademark. So there are phrases and quotes that are trademarked, and the way to find out is just log into USPTO. It's free to use, and just see if something's been trademarked. Usually common phrases aren't. However, there are exceptions. Paris Hilton made the phrase "that's hot" trademarked. I don't even remember her ever saying that. I'm not a big Paris Hilton fan. I'm like not anti-Paris Hilton. I just never really paid attention, but apparently I guess she said that a lot. She had it trademarked. So you can't use that in case you were thinking of writing that for a quote. But that could be the case with anything. So you just want to make sure you check trademarks. The third thing is fair use. So sometimes you hear that phrase and you're like, oh, it's fair use. I can just use it. You cannot. Fair use does not apply to you, because I'm guessing your planner is something that you would like to sell for money and try to profit from. And the fair use really just means it's for like parties, right? Like I'm going to put a cute quote on my 5-year-old's birthday cards invites, right? Or my wedding invitations, or on I'm going to put it as the theme for my class reunion or something like that. So those are fair use, because you're not a business, you're not profiting, you're just kind of using it for fun. So don't even worry about the fair use, because it doesn't apply to you. Number 4 is Creative Commons license. Now this one is kind of confusing, and honestly it probably won't apply because 2 things. One, Creative Commons license, I feel like I have a hair, sorry. Creative Commons license really applies to mostly works of art, like photos, videos, and this is where the artist, whoever created this, has decided to give this a Creative Commons license, which means they, the artist, still retain the copyright, but they're saying, hey, you go ahead and use my work because I want to be famous and I want notoriety and, gratitude and appreciation for like how amazing and wonderful this thing I've created is. And you can distribute it everywhere as long as you say that I created it. So that is Creative Commons. However, the intention is for non-commercial use. So you might want to be careful. Again, I don't think it really applies to you because most people who have quotes aren't putting them in Creative Commons. It's more the visual stuff. And I don't know if you're using that, but I did want to mention that. The fifth criteria is Bible translations. So if you think about copyright and the 70-year rule, the 95-year rule, clearly all the authors of the Bible are dead, like way past 70 years or 95 years. So can you use them? Yes and no. So for the most part, yes, the Bible is public domain. However, certain translated versions of the Bible are considered copyrighted, depending on whoever translated that, put it into writing first. So unless you speak, I don't even know what language the Bible was originally written in, and are doing your own translations, it's possible your phrase might not be something you can use because maybe it's considered copyright because of the translation that was used at the time. I know, so confusing. So those are the 5 criteria. So let's go through those one more time. The first was copyright. And remember, it had 3 exceptions, which were national anthems, government officials, and the 70 and 95-year rule after the author passes away. The second criteria was trademark. Just go ahead and look it up in the USPTO, see if it's trademarked or not, and then you're good to go. The third criteria was fair use, which I said does not apply to you unless you're throwing a party. And the fourth one is Creative Commons license, which is kind of a gray area and also possibly something that doesn't apply to you because it might be more for a photo or a video. And the fifth area is Bible translations, which could or could not be okay to use. So there is another area that I just wanted to make you aware of is sometimes there are phrases that are common use. So they are in the public domain. However, someone will kind of alter it slightly with a couple words and then trademark it. So that famous phrase that was made popular by the British ministry, I believe during World War II, was keep calm and carry on. And you'll see like a ton of things out there for quotes that say keep calm and start selling. Keep calm and start scuba diving. I don't know, something like that, right? So what has happened is some of those phrases have been trademarked. So if you have something very specific where it's just not kind of general or it's a variation of a general like public domain kind of phrase, you might want to check because some people are trademarking those. So worst case scenario, what happens if you make a mistake and you've used somebody's quote that you weren't supposed to? Most likely you will just get a cease and desist letter, which not a big deal. It seems very scary to get one, but you can just do what they asked, which is cease and desist. And then the second criteria is that you can go ahead, or the worst case scenario is they ask for a percentage of your profits, which, I don't know, could happen, but possibly not as likely. So if that were to happen, I would just get an online intellectual property attorney to help you out. All right, I hope that was helpful. I hope everyone's having a fabulous and wonderful day. And don't forget, I'm going live every single day this week with InDesign tutorials on how to edit the different templates inside of Planner Pixies. So inside of Planner Pixies, every single template has a video that tells you how to edit it so you can get started. But I say every video, it's intended that every template has a video, but not all of them do. So I'm going back and I'm correcting that by making videos now for you. So those are the videos that you're seeing this week. And then on Friday, we have a really good one that tells you how to mix and match all the different covers and layouts, because there's probably 1,000 pages at least between all the different planners and all the different cover options. So we'll talk about how to put those all together. All right, bye.